Greetings, vinyl community. I hope everyone, as always, is doing well. I just turned on the camera, and it looks very weird behind me. I made some adjustments to my music room. I put some drapes to divide my vinyl room from kind of the main area. And I put some darker curtains back there to hopefully make it easier to see. I wouldn't say it's disconcerting. It just looks odd, doesn't it? And I got some lit up flamingos up there. Don't know how I feel about that either. It's an evolution. Your music room is never ever quite done, is it? Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, I'm on vacation, so I don't even know what day it is today. It's middle of the week at some point, and it's the first day of snow. So hey, you know what? Cheers to snow. All right. Woo! Anyways, someone said in my last video, someone in the comments section said I was miserable. That's all they said. Nothing else. Just I'm miserable. Do I come off as miserable? I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm happy Dave. I'm just honest with you. I mean, you know what? Do you know what videos I don't, or people who make videos who I don't trust? Or the ones who are happy, pappy, they're just on top of the world every video? You know that's not real. And I just realized my cat cut me just before, hang on. Just before I pressed record, I was playing with my cat here, and he fucking clawed me. Ow, little bastard. I love him. I'm kidding. Those people I don't trust. And I'm just honest with you all. Life isn't always, you know, a box of sunshine and chocolates. Anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. You thought I was miserable. Just honest with you. That's how we are. Anyways, in this video, what have I got for you today? I got vinyl. How was that for a surprise? I got vinyl for you. And you know what? Like I think last video, the video before that, I said, you know what? It's not just vinyl. I find Walkmans. I collect Walkmans. I found a few more over there, but I'm not going to show them to you right now. But I find just little things like this. This was brand new. As you can see, it's $3.99. But it's a brand new Audio-Technica. It's called the Techniclean. And it's like a big ass brush. Nice. Bottle liquid. It's got a smaller brush in there. But it's nice. $3.99. So it's not just vinyl. I thought I'd show that to you. I'm always finding vinyl accessories or turntables as it is. Yeah, so that was kind of a nice little find. A brand new brush. Still brand new in the box. Do I have new Walkmans to show you? I know I have new Walkmans to show you, but, you know, we'll do it another time. And you know what's going to be coming up this week while I have time because I'm off? Brand new room tour because I've added, since my last room tour, I've added some new speakers, which I'll go more into detail. I have a new cassette deck, but I've added a brand new piece of equipment to my stereo chain or stereo system that I'm very excited about, and I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I finally got one. And it's dead technology, but I love it. I'm just happy to play with it. It's just it's a new toy that I'm happy to show you. So I'm going to film that this week. It's going to be a brand new room tour video, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's just the one piece. Oh, I have a second turntable now, another one, and I added this piece of equipment that I'm very excited about. So stay tuned. It's 4 minutes in, and we're still yippee-yapping about other stuff. But cheers. I'm not miserable. Peace to everyone, man. Hey. Okay. With that out of the way, and I'm sure you've sprained your finger fast-forwarding through all this preface stuff. But hey, new vinyl. Let's get right to. Oh, you know what? The only 7-inch I added, which I'm really happy about. It's going to go in that box of really important singles to me. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind, UK 7-inch. And it's backed with a really good cover of Kiss's Come On and Love Me. So I added, you can tell by the little small spindle hole, UK copy of Skid Row's Slave to the Grind, which apparently the full album is coming out for the third drop of the record store day, but the label it's on, those ones never make it to Canada. Like the Fight, Small Deadly Space, and Fight War of Words. I think it's Real Gone music. They're doing Slave to the Grind double vinyl deluxe edition, and those they never make it to Canada. So if you happen to get a copy of Skid Row Slave to the Grind RSD third drop, hit me up. I will buy it from you. I'll trade. I'll do whatever you want. Just if you get a copy, let me know. That's me, please. Please. I have an original copy, but I want the bonus vinyl. Okay. I think that was it for that. L7. Smell the Magic. Brand new reissue on Sub Pop. This is the 30th anniversary edition. They've added a few tracks from the original release. I think is it on blue vinyl? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember now. But Smell the Magic, the second L7 album. There is the first one. I think it was just called L7. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember now. And then there was this one. Then there was obviously the classic Bricks Are Heavy. So anyways, I was really happy to get their 30th anniversary reissue of Smell the Magic. It sounds just as good as it did back then. I don't think this stuff dates at all. It has no qualities to the music that would date it. If you were a kid today listening to it, you have no reference point to grunge. This wouldn't sound out of place with anything kind of heavy rock these days. But L7 Smell the Magic. Really happy to get the 30th anniversary edition. In the UK, they had National Album Day. I think it was last Saturday. And there was a bunch of reissues coming out. And the theme this year was 80s. And I don't know why we don't do these things in North America. This is why the UK is so awesome for music and for vinyl. They have National Album Day and days like that where they bring out special editions. And we have to kind of, if you're a collector, you have to try to source these out somehow because these are UK only reissues. So they were reissuing some things like there's the Talk It's My Life on purple vinyl I'm trying to get. There's the Duran Duran self-titled first album on white vinyl that I think I've coming to me, I hope. What else was there? There's a few other things that I was hoping to get, but the only thing that I did get that actually came through was I have an original copy of this, and I think this is a whole other video. I always talk about this is new pressings versus OG. I got the brand new copy of this is what is this the 30th anniversary of Aha, East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which was a very it was a big departure for them. This wasn't the Take on Me Aha. This was I mean they've always been serious musicians. Before they were Aha, they were kind of a progressive rock band from Norway. And then they kind of to make it they kind of did, you know, the Take On Me stuff and the second album, Cry Wolf. And then with the third album, Stay on These Roads, you kind of got a hint that they were actually musicians. They were good players. And then this is where the album they tried to shake that teeny bopper image. You can tell by the cover. It's a little bit more of a serious tone. But in a lot of ways, this is my favorite Aha album. It has a cover of the Everly Brothers crying in the rain, which I think is one of their best things they ever did. And then it's got Sycamore Leaves, which I think is one of their best songs too. But this came on purple vinyl for Album Day, National Album Day in the UK. In the UK, people, you don't know how lucky you are. For all the downsides, I mean, I'm talking music in general. For all the downsides you think you have, the tradition of vinyl and music and celebrating music is much better in your country. Trust me. So anyways, purple vinyl. I'm happy to have that. It plays beautifully. I might ditch my original copy, which is still worth a few bucks, because I am way more happy to have a brand new reissue that plays clean and the sound is good than an original one that has surface noise and clicks and pops no matter how you clean it. By having an original copy, I'm not impressing anyone. No one, I don't have anyone to my house, so it's not like I'm impressing him. Hey, look at my OG copy of Aha's East of the Sun, West of the Moon. Are you impressed? I'm impressed with myself, but really, who gives a shit? And the only one I'm waiting for them to reissue now is Memorial Beach. And then I have the whole catalog. I'm waiting for that because I don't want to get a really expensive reissue. Then I'll be in the same spot as this one, where I'll have a less than great original copy, and then a perfect reissue will come out. The new Blue Oyster Cult album, The Symbol Remains. And I don't know if you saw that there. That was an edit. I was going to try to sneak that by you all, because I never do edits. But someone came to my door. I sold an extra piece of stereo equipment I have. So with that money, I'll take that and buy more records. So I haven't really solved any space issues. It's 2 steps forward and 3 back, which is the sick mind of a vinyl collector. And I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, The Symbol Remains. I believe it's the first new album in 19 years. 16? 19? It's in and around that. Which surprises me because the last album they did, if memory serves me right, was actually pretty good. But effectively for the past 19 some odd years, they've been just a touring band. And I guess, sometimes when that gets a bit old, they need to, bands need to make a new album to tour behind. Hence we have The Symbol Remains. I'll do a quickie review of this. We're talking about the vinyl, not the CD, so we're talking about sides. Side A was very disappointing. If you have this album, you might disagree with me, but side A was very disappointing. After that, the rest of the album really picks up and gets going and is really good. What surprises me is that Eric Bloom sings a lot on this album, which usually it's Buck Dharma who does all the most of the singing anyways. So I'm not sure if something's wrong with Buck where he can't sing. I don't know. I've not bothered to look. But I would say side A, once you get past that, then the album really kind of takes off. And I'm a big Blue Oyster Cult fan, so I'm taking the blinders off, just to be honest with you. I'm going to give this a solid 10. No, not a 10. 7. 7 out of 10. And Mark's taken off for side A. But anyways, The Symbol Remains. Well worth a listen. Give it a spin or a stream, as it is nowadays, before you buy, if you're not sure. But I was happy I bought that. 1 second. I should do an edit every time I take a drink of coffee from now on. Grail time! Grail time. I should probably have something flashing there, but I'm not that smart with graphics. Grail time. Scatterbrain, Here Comes Trouble. I've had it on cassette, I've had it on CD, and for some reason, I've never come across this on vinyl, and I had to resort finally to eBay. And it really wasn't that expensive. It's just, I don't know if demand's not really there, but I really love this album. You might know this band if you're late 80s. Hey Dude, Don't Call Me Dude. If you don't know that song, you can watch it on YouTube. They were a band that kind of added a bit of a comedy element, and I like to kind of forget about that because they were really, really good players, and they had good songs. It's just that the comedy element, I think that was their shtick, their angle. See, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to forget that part of the band when that's the inner sleeve. Having said that, they have Hey Dude, Don't Call Me Dude. They got Down with the Ship, which is a really good song. It's just a lot of classic riffs and drum fills put together into a song. And they do a cover of Earache My Eye by Cheech and Chong. So yeah, that comedy thing I think is what did them in. But they were actually really good players, and I'm really happy to get that album, or this album, Here Comes Trouble by Scatterbrain. Anyways. This was part of Amazon's not Prime Days. I got nothing for that because I think Prime Days is a bit of a I don't want to say scam, but it's a bit of a scam. This was in their clearance section. Someone bought this and returned it right away because there was nothing wrong with it. It's the on Friday Records. And Friday Records can do insanely great audiophile vinyl, and then they can do some eh. And this is one of the really, really good ones. On blue vinyl, they did Going for the One. It's a trifold. I won't take it out of its sleeve because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get back in. It's a trifold, gatefold on blue vinyl. And this was done by their in-house guy, the guy who does the mastering, Joe Regoso. I'm screwing that up. So Joe, if you're watching this, which there's not a chance in hell you are, I apologize. Try to pronounce my real last name. Good luck with that one. Anyways, audiophile copy of Going for the One, and I had to jump on this. I love this album, and in audiophile form, it sounds fantastic. So Friday did a really, really good job with that one. And speaking of Yes, this was just a brand new reissue, which is the last good to very good Yes album they ever did. I think it's the last album they did with John Anderson called The Ladder. And this was produced by Bruce Fairbairn, who did, Bon Jovi and bands like that. And he died just at the tail end of the making of this album. So it's dedicated to Bruce Fairbairn. But is it Ear Music or Edsel? Anyways, the record label who did this. This was pressed at Optimal Media in Germany. So if you ever see a sticker that says Optimal Media, who pressed a vinyl, it's going to be really great. They're probably one of the best pressing plants out there, one of. So this just came out, mastered for vinyl, audiophile. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Like I said, it's the last good album they did. The last album they did with John Anderson, and highly recommend it. And plus, it was a stupidly good price pre-order, $24.99 for a double audiophile vinyl. So 2 Yes. This is from a local seller who was selling off a lot of his vinyl collection. Really nice guy. Went over to talk to him. And I just, for all the vinyl he was selling, I just wanted 2 pieces that I didn't have. Was Mud Honey, self-titled. This has Here Comes Sickness on it. I didn't have this. I don't know why I have no Mud Honey on vinyl, but I bought that off of him. And then I bought Super Fuzz Big Muff, which is the original EP plus a few songs added on as well. So Super Fuzz Big Muff. So 2 Mud Honey from a local seller. He was selling them off cheap. Are we into thrift store vinyl yet? We are into thrift store vinyl. Let's try to wrap this up here quickly. I'm trying to figure what time it is. Okay, good. We have time. Here is one of the best thrift store finds I've had in a long time. It's an original Decca mono pressing of the first Who album in the shrink. As you can see, I put it in a nice protective sleeve. Original mono. I have an original mono American and an original mono Canadian. They're not the best quality. This is absolutely a strong VG++. One of the best thrift store finds I've had in a long time. Plays really great. So there's that. This is all part of one big haul. So it was the Who. This should be my thing because it's like, I don't know, that's stupid. There we go. That's my screen cap. And then when I go to make a screen cap, I'll choose something totally irrelevant. Let me pull out the rest of that haul because it's all kind of not in order. Nazareth's Loud and Proud. This has, what's the big one on this one? This has This Flight Tonight. Nazareth, whenever I show a Nazareth album, I have to kind of say, they were massive in Canada. Way bigger in Canada than anywhere else, I think, in the world. In fact, a lot of people think they're Canadian. That's how big they were. So Loud and Proud, I never had that on vinyl. And this was just part of the vinyl that was with the Who and the Nazareth. Was the Cowsills in the shrink. Original mono. Is it mono? MGM pressing. And I just got it because it was there. And Billy Cowsill went on to be kind of a local legend in Calgary and Edmonton. He moved to Calgary and lived the last part of his life in Calgary. And he did a lot of really great music from like Blue Northern. He was in a band called Blue Northern. Then he had a band called the Codependents, which were really really big in Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton, and they just did covers, mostly covers. And a really great band, The Codependents. So I picked this up just because it was there in the shrink, and it was such nice condition. I don't even know if I'll like it or not. It was there. And then this one, I thought, oh my God, I found a Psych rarity. It just looks like it in the shrink. Look at that. It says, well, it says Cycle. I thought it said Psych for some reason, but it looks like it could. And look at the record label, BT Puppy Records. I thought, oh God, I found a rarity here. Oh my God, I'm planning my retirement because I'm going to make so much money off this record. It's a band called The Happening. And what's the album called even? I think it's just called The Happenings. Oh, it's called Cycle. The Happenings. And it's utterly worthless. And it's not good. It's like sunshiny pop psych, I guess, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. But I use psych very loosely. So yeah, I got it home and I put it on. Then I kind of looked up on Discogs, and I thought, why look it up on Discogs out at the thrift stores? I mean, this is, look at it. It's going to be worth and it's not worth anything, and it's really not that great. And then with that, I would never really pick these up, except for most of them are in the shrink, and these are insanely good upgrades because the vinyl, you never find the vinyl for these albums at thrift stores in good condition because teenage girls and guys played the crap out of them. But the vinyl on these are just so incredible that these will be my new copies in my collection. The other ones I'll kind of jettison off. But in the shrink, the first Monkees album, mono, and this one's not in the shrink, but it's the same person must own it because it's just utterly flawless vinyl. More of the Monkees, and then the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees in the shrink as well. As you can maybe see that. There you go. You can kind of see the shrink. Once again, mono. For the Monkees albums, by the way, if you're a fan or you're collecting, if it says catalog number COM, that's mono. COS, stereo. Goes without saying. But I'm not a big mono versus stereo person. It's just for a point of reference for you all. So really, stereo, mono didn't matter. I know they took a lot more time back then into the mix, the mono mix, than they did the stereo mix. But that's when they go back and they do a new stereo mix of albums from this era. It's kind of exciting because they didn't really, stereo back then, they didn't really, it's kind of a passing thought. Like, we have to do a stereo mix, let's slap one together. Let's pan mono left and right and call that stereo. Anyways, 3 Monkees albums in great condition, and those will be the new ones in my collection. Raw Bass and DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two. How's that? Awesome. It Takes Two, Enjoying Pain, the big songs off that one. This was just re-released as an anniversary edition, but this one is in such nice condition. No need to buy that one. What else? What else? Oh yeah, bop. I got Hanson, but not that Hanson. This is a 1974 issue. It's in the shrink too, I believe, by a band. No, it's not actually. I'm a filthy liar. It's not in the shrink. But this was Hanson, early 70s. You can tell by the background. Maybe you can't, but this big band, I think. Anyways, that's London. They were a London band called Hanson. Before those kids came along and tarnished the name. But this one's called Magic Dragon, which I think was their second or third album they did. And I think they were just 2 and done. They didn't stick around too long. But it's kind of a nice rock, funk hybrid. And I liked it. I just bought it because it looked kind of funky. And it was, like I said, it was part of this haul. And so I have to hear what this Hanson band sounds like, and it was really good. I liked it, so I'll keep this one. What's it on? It's on Manticore Records, which was Emerson, Lake and Palmer's label. So they signed these guys up. Really good album. I was really happy with this. So, bop. It's not those kids, but the earlier '70s band. What else we got? Buddy Rich. Buddy Rich plays on. Buddy Rich plays and plays and plays and plays and plays. I just got this because he's an insane drummer, and I do love hearing albums of his, and where he just kind of goes off and does really great drum solos throughout albums. And this was kind of a later album. I could go on about Buddy Rich, what an asshole he was in real life, but we'll leave that at that. He's dead. He can't defend himself. What else we got? You know what? I got, I'll just show these as a twofer. 2 BTO albums. I don't have these. I've had this one before, Not Fragile. And it's always kind of made it in and out of my collection in 4-wheel drive. Not the biggest BTO fan, but once again, it was all there, part of this haul, and the vinyl is so nice. And, yeah. If I ever get the hankering to hear You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. And I don't know a damn song off this album. I'll get around to listening to it. Steve Miller. Brave New World. Back when Steve Miller was maybe... No, this is a miserable guy here, Steve Miller. Or he's just insanely realistic about things. But I can't remember what year this is now. Is it late 60s? Possibly? Anyways, it was when... It's the early period of the Steve Miller Band, anyways, when they were actually kind of a little bit of a psych-influenced band. So, yeah, Steve Miller Band, Brave New World. A couple punk albums. Those were not thrift store finds. Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love. I've been looking for a nice copy of this album, and I found one at a thrift store. Of course, Sexual Healing is the big song on this album, which was his last album before he was murdered. Really good album. I highly recommend this album. The guy was a bit of a genius. And a couple of Mountain albums as part of the same thrift store haul. Flowers of Evil, original on Windfall Records. And then Nantucket Sleigh Ride. There you go. Like the BTO, a twofer. It was a big haul. And then a gold stamp promo. If you can see that. Gold stamp promo of the time. Ice Cream Castles. Definite upgrade to my copy. This haul went kind of all over the place. Then Madonna, a promo 12-inch for Hollywood. When Madonna's remixes are done well, they're some of the best remixes you'll hear. And the Paul Oakenfold remix of Hollywood on this one is maybe one of her better known remixes. It was kind of big in the clubs at the time, and it's still actually a really, really good remix. So I got a promo white label copy of Hollywood. And, you know, I'm going to get to the punk albums right now after I show you just a nice upgrade to the Eagles' Greatest Hits Volume 1. Mine, this was a filler copy until I got a nice embossed sleeve. I'm not sure if they were all embossed. But yeah. You know what, for the Eagles, I don't need much more than the Greatest Hits 1 and 2. That's all I need, really. I'm not that big of a fan where I would need more than that. Okay. I pulled my original copy of this album out recently, and you can tell I've had it since 1986. 85, 86, because it's one of my last remaining albums from when I was young. And I've played it and played it and played it. I don't know how long that is now. It's a long time. This is the 30th anniversary edition, and it comes with a nice big poster too. And I thought I had to get a new copy because mine is just wasted. It's been played. It's been loved. It's not been mishandled. It's just been loved. And texted my buddy Rich at Free Cloud Records. Said, Rich, if any store is going to have this, it's going to be you. And he had a brand new copy of the Dayglow Abortions' Feed Us a Fetus, or Feed US a Fetus. One of my favorite punk albums of all time. When I do eventually make my list of my favorite punk albums of all time, obviously it's going to have a bit of a Canadian slant because there were some insanely great Canadian punk bands that came out. The Dayglow Abortions, I don't know if they ever did an album as good as this. I think this is their first full-length album. After this, they were okay albums. This album, and maybe it's just my personal attachment to this album. They did have an album after this called Two Dogs Fucking, or it was in French, but that's what it translates to. yeah, it's kind of one of those covers that spoke to the times. There's a meaning behind it. There's Nancy and Ronald, and yeah. So if you can get past that, and also these were, the Dayglow Abortions were one of the first punk bands I ever saw live back in about 85, 86. Around with bands like SNFU and Death Sentence and other bands like that, Canadian punk bands. But I was just happy to get a nice brand new copy of the Dayglow Abortions. And is this gonna do it for the day? This is gonna do it. Bad Brains, Rock for Light. I needed a brand new vinyl copy. Once again, I called my buddy Rich, and I sent him an email. I said, hey Rich, you got this in the Dayglow Abortions? And he did. So it was really nice to have a brand new copy. A lot of my punk albums need replacing from when I was young, because they've just been loved and played and moved around from house to house. And now that I'm probably in, this might be the house I die in. Who knows? Now that I know I hear, I'm going to start replacing some of these albums, because I know they're not going to be moving ever again. Unless I die and my wife sells these all. And they could be going to you. But yeah, it was just nice to get a really nice, clean copy of one of the best punk albums of all time, Rock for Light by Bad Brains. There you go. Also, I got a nice jazz book at the thrift store. 13,000 titles reviewed. It's like a reference book, and I love reference books like this. I got metal ones. I got all kinds like this, but this is a really good reference book. Just if you want to read up on an album, see if it's worth it, see what people think of it. There you go. Room tour video coming up, and I hope you like it. So, like I said, I got some new toys to play with in my stereo. Some stuff I've taken out, some stuff I've added, and I'll show that to you this week. Well, I mean, I'll film it this week, but it'll probably be my next video. So, cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope you made it through the video okay. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I know it's just boring old me who's miserable. But thank you to everyone who watches. It's never taken for granted. Please drop me a line if you want to. Follow me on Instagram, NAZZ_NOMAD. And yeah, so I always struggle to think of a good ending for these videos, but I just want to say thank you to everyone. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And take care. And if you hate the room setup now, just let me know. Say, Dave, we don't like it.